Hey, welcome everybody. Thank you all so much for being here. Please feel free to use the chat. Tell us who you are and where you're from. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we give you our corporate update. And also, you have an opportunity to ask our founder, Justin Belobaba, any questions that you'd like, and he will, of course, send you out the answer. So we're super excited to see you all here today. I have a few updates for you all before we get started with the Q&A and before I hand it on over to Justin. Today, we will be putting out this schedule for our Vegas event. Our first annual royalty convention is November 23rd in Las Vegas. We can't wait to see you all there. And today we will make sure to put out the schedule of events for our first annual convention. So I'm super excited about that. If you did not get an opportunity to grab your ticket to the conference, or you know someone who would like to go, please make sure that they send an email to support@royaltie.com so that they can be put on the wait list for our event. So I think the more emails that we get in there, the more opportunity we have to expand that room. So let's make sure that everybody can hear us. I see somebody saying no sound, but make sure that you are refreshing. If you can hear me, let me know. Looking forward to seeing everybody in Vegas too. Let's make sure. Well, I should probably keep talking so that everybody can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. Oh, I have sound. Okay. Well, can you just let everybody know in the comment section if you don't have sound, refresh, come back out, come back in, and you're sure to hear us. So once again, schedule being put out today for our Vegas event on November 23rd. Also, if you did not get an opportunity to grab a ticket or you know someone that wants one, please email support@royaltie.com. We also have video content marketing coming out today, which is super exciting. I'll let Justin expand on that if he'd like, and GDPR release today. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it on over to you, Justin, and happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, yes. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving, everyone. So we were closed yesterday. So if you have submitted a question to support and you didn't hear back yesterday, that's why we were closed. So we've got a big stack of work to get through, and we will get through everything I'm sure today. So thank you for your patience. Thanksgiving was great. Big takeaways for me. Next year, I'm gonna make my own cranberry sauce and bake my own pie. The things that I kind of like bought from the store, really, I don't know. They let me down. So lesson learned. Business-wise, we should be, as Cheryl said, releasing video content marketing today, as well as the GDPR kind of double opt-in checkbox. That should happen today. It's like final testing right now. And if not, it'll be, tomorrow morning. So, but either way, we're, I'm sure within about 24 hours from both of those big items getting out there. And of course, we are pushing ahead on the big release we've got planned for November 23rd. So what else? I think that's it. I think those are the main updates. Okay. So questions, please.
For sure.
Let's get through them.
Yeah. So the icon bill for top active or whatever that was, that's kind of a Facebook thing for those people who love to comment and hit the heart button and share our videos. So that's like something that Facebook fishes out. Let's see what else we have. Congratulations on selling out the event. Really looking forward to seeing everyone. How many will be attending, and do we have plans for expanding the room, of course?
So maybe. So, we Cheryl was, I was pretty, I don't know, conservative, I thought, I guess. And so we booked a room that has capacity of 400. So that went really fast. I was shocked. Cheryl was not shocked. I was shocked by how quickly that sold out, like 7 days. So it is possible it's possible to expand the room. But I don't want to do it if we're not going to like fill the larger room. So please, if you haven't, if you don't have a ticket and you want one, or if you have a team and you like, let us know, right? Reach out to support, tell us so we can get a sense of how much excess demand there is. If we don't know, then we're not going to book a larger room. So please tell us so we can accommodate. It's not like I'd love to have 1,000 people there, right? Like that would be cool. But right now we've got room for 400, and that's sold out. So if you want to go, tell us so we can book it before it's too late.
Right on. So everybody email support. Let's get on board and fill the room.
Yeah.
Regarding the reactivation royalty customers who stopped, from how many months back minimum do you consider it under the reactivation offer to take advantage of the $30 discount?
I think, I don't know. I don't have like a minimum. Last month, I guess. Like I don't think there's a minimum. We want everyone to come back. So
yeah. Okay. The next question is from Patty, and her question is, can I add tabs to the web page?
You cannot add tabs to the web page yet. That is, that's for sure a big part of our product roadmap for the future. I think it's not a secret that the first thing that we're doing is the blog as sort of like a tab that you will not only be able to add yourself, but will be kind of automatically enabled by the AI engine. So that's the first thing. But then once that capability is built, like the blog capability as a separate tab, then adding more tabs will be very, very easy for us to do.
Right on. Lots of expand the room. I love it.
Sure.
What happens to old ads and web pages after the 23rd? Can we update them through AI? And also, can we edit and add a web page after AI creates them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. 100%. Yeah. Like what we're doing with automation and artificial intelligence, it's not like, it's not meant to block you from making changes to your own ad, making changes to your own landing pages, creating your own social posts, like all the things that you currently do, like yourself, you will be able to continue to do that. What we're doing is we are automating and, enabling AI across, all the features to help, you optimize your results. But in no way is it going to prevent you from, from using the product exactly as you are today.
Right on. Tony says tabs or menu lines on mobile.
Yeah. Yeah, like a menu. Yeah, just like a website, guys, right? Like exactly like every website. Like on desktop, often the tabs appear, like at the top, and you can kind of, click on the tab you want. On mobile, it that kind of collapses into like a menu. It'll be just like that.
Right on. Can't use buttons as tabs. I think like buttons to go to another page, you can sure do.
Yeah, people do that today.
Can I add my own content to blogs, and will AI optimize that content as well?
Okay, so can you add your own content to a blog? Yes, for sure. Will AI optimize that content? I don't follow that question. Like that's not really, I don't know what your expectation would be there, right? Like as it relates to content marketing, the job of the AI is not to take an article and change it. It's to pick the best articles and videos for you that will get the most engagement from your audience. So if you create a blog entry, great, right? But there's nothing we can do with it from an AI perspective other than, understand how your audience responded to that piece of content and, adapt future content based on that response. But we wouldn't monkey around with the article itself.
Right on. Can there be larger pics in the gallery for showing rooms in homes for sale?
Larger pics in the gallery for what?
For showing rooms in a house that's for sale?
Yeah, yeah. Like, you can show images that cover the full width of the screen. Maybe I don't think I'm fully understanding the question.
Yeah, like in the gallery section, you could add multiple photos. So they're pretty large, and you can continue to scroll through. So I think, Gloria, if you want to expand on that one.
Yeah.
Please. Can you please explain how the $4.95 fee works now? Do new reps need to pay it in order to get their affiliate links activated?
Let me think about that. I don't think that it's. I think you get your affiliate link regardless of whether or not you choose to pay that $4.95. The $4.95, I believe, is access to the super detailed back office, right? But I if you wanted to just get your links and not have access to it, I don't think that you would be charged for that.
Right on. How long is the $30 reactivating discount available?
This month, right? That's what we said.
Yeah. Shell says, "Pardon me for not being techie, but what about the little preview of our site when we send it to someone? Still in the works? Little preview of our site when we send it to
someone. Do you mean metadata from your landing page? I think that's what you mean. Yeah, that's absolutely in the works. For sure.
Will AI include your created blog for others to use if it is phenomenal? You mean, like, can other people use your blog, Christine?
No, if you write something, no, that wouldn't go into the engine.
I had to write something down. Hi, Justin. Are you planning to do with help? With help of AI, different MLM companies ready to go online marketing package? You understand that? Are you planning?
Yeah, we are. We've been approached by a number, a growing list of like network marketing organizations, and yeah, we will, of course, right? Like, we will enable AI through those partnerships as well, like to help, whatever product that they're selling, right? Like, we can source content and also, of course, like adapt the landing pages and the ads and the email and the social posts and the content posts and all of that stuff using AI, just like any other customer would. So the fact that it's a network marketing company doesn't prevent them from using our AI engine at all, right? Like, and we've got a few of these partnerships that are happening now.
Right on. Can we have the ability to resize pics?
I guess at the moment, when you pick, like, if you want to just sort of like put a large image on the page, it's either kind of full screen width or it's a prescribed size. We don't have sort of like custom image sizing yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's landing pages 3.0. Our affiliate agreement states if you don't agree, you don't get your commissions. Absolutely. Yeah. That's what agreements are for. right? Just like anywhere that you might work.
Yeah.
Right? There's an agreement, and your acceptance of that agreement, whether it's an employment contract or an affiliate agreement, that is, the key to receiving payment. 100%.
Yeah.
Because that's what agreements are for, right? To make sure that people follow the rules to the benefit of the entire organization. So yeah, if you don't agree to the agreement, then you can't be an affiliate and you can't get paid. That is absolutely true.
QR code generator in the future to link to our landing page?
I'm not going to say yes. I think I don't love. I personally think QR codes are kind of over and old school. Look, I've been wrong before. I never say never, but it's not a very high priority.
Will AI be launched as well in German on the 23rd?
I can't promise that will be multilingual on the 23rd, but that's just like, it won't be long, right? Like the hard, that's not the hard part, right? Yeah. Like the hard part is building the whole system, translating, and we're already sourcing content in the major languages that we service. So if it's not the 23rd, it won't be long, like, days, couple weeks, like not you won't be waiting long for it.
If I'm grandfathered in at $87 with unlimited content and I upgrade after the 23rd to $327, would I get 50,000 or 25,000 views? And would it be unlimited content? If you do it after the 23rd, it would be 25,000 views.
Yep.
Will we be able to have video in the feature block section in the future?
Yes. That's on the list, and also clickable images in the feature block, right? So you could have like a whole, listing of like different products, and you click the product, and it takes you to your e-commerce site.
After the 23rd, will ad packages go down in views too?
No.
Right, like I think she's saying your own, so no.
Your own won't change, but the price that we're selling them for won't change either.
Yeah.
No, no, that's not going to change.
When does the opt-in option for the newsletter campaigns come to Germany?
That hopefully today.
Okay.
If you're talking about that kind of like opt-in checkbox, hopefully we're planning on releasing it today. But there's one little thing, and if it gets fixed, then we'll test it again and we'll push it live, hopefully. But if it's not today, it'll be tomorrow.
Okay, Gloria's saying, I thought that the gallery pictures are just one size right now, not very big.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They
are one size. That's true. But if you don't love that size, then you can just use the larger image option.
To convey the size and scope of royalty to a prospect, is the number of programmers working with royalty 15 or close to that number? I think I heard something along those lines.
Yeah, it's about that. It's about that. We welcomed a new engineer to our team today who actually specializes in machine learning. So welcome, Nick. And we have another developer who is joining us on November 11th here in Toronto. His name is Oleg. So yeah, look, we continue to grow the team.
This is from Richard. For a realtor application, are you familiar with the RESPA limitations? I know we're on millions of apps, but I heard yesterday that Facebook is really clamping down on certain ads for realtors, especially if they are less than a 15-mile radius, as they are at risk of profiling to some degree.
Okay. We are definitely not knowledgeable about the industry regulations of every single industry in the world. Okay, like we provide a set of tools. It is absolutely the responsibility of the user to understand, like what their own industry regulations are, because every industry has regulations, and I don't want anyone for even 1 second to think that like we have like somehow, understood hundreds of millions of regulations, probably, around the world in thousands of industries. Like, no, it's impossible. But if your ad gets approved, right? Whether Google or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, if your ad gets approved, it's approved. If it gets rejected by us or by the ad partners, then we'll provide a reason. But if your ad is approved, then it's possible that the ad networks may change their their rules. They always do. Like, they're always changing things, right? Like, they used to not allow any crypto. Now they're allowing some crypto ads, right? So like, things are changing in the pharmaceutical world. Things are like, in terms of advertising, things are constantly changing. And we stay on top of what those changes are. But in terms of if your ad is running, then great. Will it always be running? Can't guarantee, right? Like, Facebook may change the rule, or Google may change the rule, and then they'll tell us, and then we'll tell you.
I know. If someone signs up for the free trial, will we get an email that says that we have a new customer, like ones that purchase a package?
Yeah.
That's right. I think so. Timothy says, are Giraffe Club members exempt from the affiliate agreement?
No.
No one is.
No one is.
Sorry, I added that.
No, I think, but Giraffe Club members, they don't have to, like, the $4.95 back office fee is included in the Giraffe Club monthly fee, but no one can be exempt from the affiliate agreement. That's not a thing. It's impossible.
Okay. I think Caroline is, let's clear this up really quickly. So Caroline said, did I hear you correctly that if we write our own blog post that we won't get the same visibility as content written by another publication?
No.
In other words, reuse content trumps original content, but no, that's not the case.
Didn't say that.
So I think the question before you was someone asking if they publish a blog or they use a blog, if others inside of Royalty would also be able to use their blog posts. And that's where he was saying no. But if you write your own blog post, you're going to get the same visibility when you share it out with others using, the blogging or social content. I'm always getting social content marketing. Okay. Will we be able to add video to email soon?
No, that's not. There is no video in email. No, everyone's been. That's a myth. Okay, yeah. It's what you are seeing is either a GIF, okay, which is like a different kind of file entirely. It's not a video, right? For example, you can tell because there's no sound, right? And it's very short. So either you're watching a GIF or you're seeing a play button and you click play and it's opening up a separate window in your browser that looks like the email. But and both of those things are easy, right? And we'll do both those things. Like, that's nothing. But no, there's no video embedded inside an email. Not a thing that I've ever seen. And I've challenged this group to prove me wrong. And you guys have sent me a lot of play buttons and a lot of GIFs, but no actual video.
Yeah. Or like a landing page that looks like an email. Remember that?
Yeah.
So there is a replay of the new AI rollout. It's on YouTube. It's on Vimeo. It's on our Facebook page. It's on our Facebook group. So you can find it for sure. If we want more than 2 pins, how do we go about that? Who and how do we contact to make that happen?
So if you want to divide into multiple pins, right, packages, really, Contact support, we're not going to divide into smaller increments than 5,000 views a month because there's no point, and it just creates a false, like an unrealistic expectation. Because 5,000 is already a very, 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 very small, right, number of ad impressions. So dividing that into, 500, 10 impression, like, no, it's just we're just not going to do that because it creates an unrealistic expectation. But if you have like 25,000, right, and you want to divide that into, 2 10s and a 5, you can do that, or 5 5s, like that. That's cool. Just contact support.
Contact upgrade to iOS.
Yeah, waiting. They sent us a thing. They again, like, Apple is changing some of their policies on location services and like location tracking, which we have built into the app in order for people to have the option to tie their ad to their phone's location. So they've changed their policy. We need to kind of adapt. It's not a big. It won't actually matter in the real world, but we have to change the way that we track location when that feature is enabled. And so we've resubmitted it, and now we're waiting again for them to review and approve.
Right on. What if we want multiple niches, sites? How can we let AI know to create different web pages and articles?
Yeah. So when you sign up, your first one will be automatically created as part of like the new amazing onboarding that we're building. Then if you want to add another landing page, like another kind of like, I guess, AI enabled marketing engine, right? Like it starts with a landing page where you will pick, your industry and your subcategory. And we've added a couple of other steps, which I'm not going to get into. And then you'll start with like an optimized landing page. Then you can edit it, and there'll be an email that's attached to it, and a blog that's attached to it, and an optimized ad, and optimized, like all that stuff will just happen.
Yep.
And then you will choose. If you have 200 landing pages, you're not going to be able to turn AI on all of them at the same time. That would be like overwhelming, right? And actually not helpful. So depending on your subscription level, you will be able to activate AI on, a certain number of landing pages, right? So like the starter plan will be like 1, as an example. So you could have 3 landing pages, let's say, but only AI would only be active on 1 at a time, and then you can kind of toggle this one on and this one off and this one on and this one off, right? But you'd have 1 active at a time. That's at the starter level, and then we'll get into the other details later.
How are the content rates on Facebook? Are you seeing a lot of activity, or is the content better on other platforms like LinkedIn?
Facebook is it's king, right? And it's great. Like, guys, if you're not using content marketing, you're making a big mistake. We thought that like social marketing, content marketing would exceed like ad traffic, and that since like in September, which was kind of the first full month, and it did. And October even more so, as we've added content marketing, and then I'm sure when we add video content, hopefully later today, it'll take another big leap. So yeah, it's fantastic. And again, the best part about content marketing and social marketing in general is you can just you can keep doing it like over and over and over and over again, and you're not incurring any additional cost, right? You can grow your net, like you can just grow your audience, right? Like you can build your network of friends on Facebook and followers on Twitter and connections on LinkedIn. Like you can just do, there's no cost, right? You can just build your audience, and the more content you post and people like it and they share it, your audience will also continue to grow on its own. None of this, costs anything. So whether you have 1,000 friends or 1 million followers, the cost doesn't change. That's what's so cool about about social marketing, content marketing, right? Is it can just grow and grow and grow while building your brand, right? And you're not paying anything extra for it.
How does this compare to a platform that has? Funny. How does this compare to a platform where you can create your own content and it tells you the best times to post? Will we also get the best times?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, how does a bucket compare to a swimming pool, right? Like, yeah, it's nice to know the best time, but that's sort of like, that's not that cool, right? That's like a tiny little piece.
Yep.
The best time, like, you know how easy that is? Like, that is the easiest, that is like the easiest thing we're doing.
Yep.
Right? Like, actually, optimizing websites and optimizing email and ads and social posts and content posts based on what we're learning from our huge community, based on what we're learning about your specific audience. That's hard. Time is like, we could do that. We could build that part of it is like a day, 2 days.
Yeah.
Like that's easy. So yeah, that'll be part of what we do, but a very, very small part.
Is it possible to do an ad for CBD products?
It's possible. We have lots of people who promote CBD in the right way, which is to focus in their ad on the benefits, right? The health benefits, not on the substance itself, because the substance currently is not permitted to be advertised. So focus on the health benefits. And get the the site visitor engaged, and then once when they opt in, you can then market to them to like as much as you like about the details of the product.
Right on. Is there a customer advisory team for this system, and what is customer support like?
Yeah, like, welcome to our customer advisory team. Right? Like, look, we get on here 2 hours a week to listen to your feedback. Like, yes, it is about answering questions, right? For sure. But I can tell you, like, I get so much value from the questions that you're asking, the suggestions that you make. Like, so many things that we do, and the priorities we give things have come directly from these sessions, right? We also meet with our draft club members every Friday, right? So that's 3 hours a week minimum, like, that we spend directly in conversation with our most engaged customers and affiliates. So anyone who ever wants to can email me, and I'll always get back to you if you get suggestions or ideas or whatever. And we solicit feedback like very, very regularly through surveys that we send out from our support team. So I think that we are extremely engaged with our customers when it comes to like product and next features and priorities. I think like more so than other companies you might be used to if you're new. We really, I think we listen like hard to our customers' feedback. At least that's our goal. Can we get better? Of course, but I think we do a pretty good job. And what was the second part?
Well,
customer support. Yeah, so we do customer support 7 days a week. We do it except yesterday, and like probably not like Christmas Day, but 7 days a week over email, live video support during kind of like extended business hours. Just click the support button in the bottom right corner, and you can talk live in multiple languages with people, over video chat right in our office. So I think, again, can our support be better? Of course, and it continues to improve. But I think our support is quite good overall.
Right on. For those of us new to some of this technology, Can you please give me a good idea of the definition of artificial intelligence and machine learning and how it applies to royalty?
Sure. Let me come by that. That is a drastic change, taking half the ad impressions away, John Allen Mackenzie notes. We are not taking half the ad impressions away from anybody. So let's be clear about that. What you have today as a customer, you're not losing. Okay? No one is having their ads taken. That's not going to happen. Okay? For people who sign up after November 23rd, the number of ads that are included in the number of ads that are included in our standard plans will go down. Why? Because we're adding AI. We're adding, tons of of content, exclusive content, original content that we got to license. Like, our costs are going up dramatically to deliver this incredible new capability. So in order to keep our prices the same, we're reducing the ad volumes only on new customers after the 23rd. So please, let's be clear about that. We are not, no one's ads are going away. No one's ads are being reduced. You stay exactly where you are as long as you're a customer before we release this thing. I think that's fair. All right. Back to what was the question?
Royalty, or can you explain artificial intelligence, machine learning, and how it applies to royalty?
Okay, so can I explain artificial intelligence? Yeah, like, how much time do we have here? To put it simply, the way that we are using machine learning or AI, which to some extent are interchangeable concepts, but not completely. But that doesn't really matter. We have a ton of data, right? Like, we have, close to 1 billion ads that have been run, 100,000 websites created, hundreds of thousands of emails, hundreds of thousands of social media posts have been created. So we have a ton of data, right? And what we can do with that data is we can help our users optimize what you are doing from a marketing standpoint. So instead of to take a really simple example, instead of just you having to kind of guess what ad is going to work best for your particular, industry or business area, we can just, use all the data that we have about your industry, and we can look at all the ads and see what the click rates are, what the view rates are. Like, we can look at all the data that we have, and we can kind of use this engine to optimize and recommend the best ad possible for your industry. We can do the same thing with landing pages. We can do the same thing with email. We can do the same thing with the articles and the social posts that we're recommending. The next step, though, is not just using the overall data that we get from all of our customers and kind of putting that together into a recommendation. Because if we did that, if that's all we did, then every real estate agent would get the same recommendations, right? And every plumber would get the same recommendations as every other plumber. So that would be kind of taking the easy way out, right? Which is not really our style. So in addition to using all the data from the community, we're also going to be using your own specific data so that we can learn about what your own specific audience likes and doesn't like. So, if you were a psychologist and, what we would discover is that, okay, well, maybe your audience is more interested in child psychology than they are in, psychology for adults or couples or whatever. And so we would see that from the data, right? Like, what types of content is driving the most clicks or the most engagement. And then we would automatically deliver more content like that, right? Things that your own audience likes. But another psychologist, they might get more traction from their audience on something to do with couples, let's say. So our system would automatically optimize their content specific to what their audience is responding to. So look, you can theoretically a small, like a marketing agency can do that for like a client or 2 or 10 or 100. But, we're talking about doing this for, across 20,000 customers in an automated way and delivering that as we grow to millions of customers and keeping our price at, $50, $60, $70 a month for all of that, right? So to do this at scale and to do this well in an affordable way, it can't just be someone, like a person, figuring it all out, right? Like you really need some pretty sophisticated machine learning behind the scenes. And it gets to be so much data that it would overwhelm any individual person, right? So there comes a point, and we're at that point where only a computer can figure all this out, right? And so anyway, that's long answer. Hopefully that's helpful though.
That was great. Thanks for sharing, Justin. Can you transfer an email list to another team member? You need a contact list, I think.
No, and don't even let's not go there, because that feels a lot like misusing
The list.
the list that you have, right? Like, remember, these are there's rules, they're not even our rules, right? Like there's external rules and laws and stuff like that we need to be mindful of. And if you share a list with someone else, then that group of people on that list who have not opted into this completely unrelated person, right? That person starts to market to them. You get spam complaints, you get abuse complaints, and that person gets shut down by us for not following the established rules.
Does Royalty automatically charge us each month, or do we have to let someone know?
We automatically, it's a subscription.
Yeah. 1 second. Will we be able to post content from our app?
Yes.
Yep. We'll be able to post content.
Not today, but we definitely are incorporating content marketing into a upcoming version of the app, as well as all the automation that we've been talking about.
People are asking what app they should download. The Royaltie app.
The Royaltie app, please.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we do have support. Caroline saying, can we get coaching or help or someone to help with making the most of this platform? Sure. Go log into your back office or log into your account and click on the champagne colored button. There's a bunch of support people there waiting to help you. If a new affiliate was to join and needs French, how does that happen?
If a new affiliate was to join and
needs French?
French?
Yep, French.
We do support in French.
Yep.
Also, training materials and video support. Great French-speaking crew here.
On autoresponder emails, can we have the ability to show sent from your email address versus username at now.site?
Not currently. We're looking at that though.
Yeah. Can we expect a credit card for commission soon, or are we not doing that?
Yeah, we're not doing that. We tried. That did not go well.
We're doing. Can we have the names of the speakers in Vegas again, please? Sure. I'm going to put out the schedule. You'll see the names of all of the speakers that we have in Vegas shortly after this Facebook Live. Can we load photos from our phone through the Royaltie to our landing pages?
No. Well, I mean, I would, sure, like, yes, right? Like, email yourself the photo, right? And put it on your landing page, from your laptop.
Okay. I was like, I'm glad you got that one. So when a person opts into content marketing articles, does that automatically give us permission to send them emails, or how is the customer made aware of that fact?
Yes.
Yep. We're opting in.
Opting in. That's
yep.
that's the key.
If I optimize site and ad complete with list and campaign, can I transfer all of it to another person, and would they still be grandfathered?
Wait, if you do what?
It says if I optimize site and ad complete with list and campaign, can I transfer all of it to another person, and would they still be grandfathered?
Okay, I don't understand the grandfathering part.
Neither.
But if you create a landing page, you can share it. If you create an email campaign, you can share it. If you have a list, do not share it, definitely. And an ad cannot currently be shared, but we will do that, after. I don't get the grandfathering part, though.
No, I'm not sure either.
Clarify, please.
Do we have training in German or already available or coming? There's like a German group of affiliates that they do training and stuff like that.
Yeah, how do we?
Yeah, like send an email to charlotteroyalty.com, and I hope you're understanding me. Send an email to charlotteroyalty.com, and I will hook you up with some of our German-speaking affiliates. So will you add a library spot so we can preload pictures, or do you have to upload new pictures every time?
Well, I'm thinking. I mean, yes, you have to upload them every time. Currently, I'm thinking about if you could maybe use the content section. Right? We've got a section called content, which, given what we're doing with content marketing, is not a great name anymore. But we didn't expect that when we built it, like, a year and a half ago. So yeah, you can upload images there, and you can kind of store them there.
Yeah.
If that's something that you're interested in.
Are we notified on the app when someone opts into content marketing articles?
Yes, you get a lead. You get that lead notification.
Yeah, will there be a separate email going out for
Caroline Allison? Bomb that's a GIF. That's not video.
Oh, I missed that comment too.
No, I'm way behind. She said this at 11:24.
Okay.
That's believe me, that's a GIF. That's not a video in that email. And then you click on it, and it opens up the actual video in your browser.
Will there be a separate email going out for Draft Club, the 50 to attend the meeting in Vegas on Friday? Yes.
Yep.
Okay. When will we be able to move our email list into Royalty?
You can do that now.
Yeah.
You can import a CSV now. Good to go. John Bone, can you explain your realistic expectations for a 10K, like 10,000 impression, 10,000 view ad? Sure. I would be looking for 1 to 2% click rate. So that would be, call it 100, 150, maybe 200 clicks, right? And then out of that, I would want my landing page to convert at for me, like minimum 8%, 10%. So, 10, 15 leads, that would be my expectation for me, like if I'm running the ad.
That's pretty good too.
Sorry?
I said that's pretty good numbers too.
Yeah, for sure. And that's not like your first try. That's optimizing. That's like heavy duty, like testing and experimentation and optimization until you're actually happy. That's like I've run horrible ads that like nobody clicks on ever, and landing pages that convert nothing. So, and I'm not like terrible at this. I've been doing this a long time. So like that. So realistic expectations once you have gotten good at it, that's realistic once you're good at it. But out of the gates, it's unrealistic to expect that you're going to be good at it, right? Which is in a way part of the reason why we're bringing AI to the table, right? Is to kind of help get over that learning curve, right? And letting the system do a whole lot of the learning, so that as an individual you don't have to invest as much time acquiring the skills. Like you'll always do better by putting more of your own time and effort into it. Like, make no mistake, this isn't, we're not saying otherwise, but a big reason why we want to incorporate AI is to ensure, like we said in the presentation, that everyone succeeds. And that is actually possible with AI, because it's the system that gets smarter and smarter.
Can you explain this opt-in issue, double opt-in? Can you explain the problem and how Royaltie is complying? I don't understand.
Okay, so it's not, even in Europe, okay, where they've got their their GDPR stringent regulations. Even there, I have it is, and I've read this, okay, and there's nothing in the actual law that says you need a double opt-in. It's not in the actual law, but what has evolved as a best practice is to have this idea of a double opt-in, where someone enters their email address and then separately clicks a box saying, yes, I understand I may be contacted by the owner of this website, something like that. So we are releasing this double opt-in capability not because it is a legal requirement, and it certainly isn't in North America or elsewhere in the world. Okay, use it if you want, right? It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt you legally. It does create friction, so it may reduce your opt-in rates, right? Like anything that you ask for, any additional step that you ask for will naturally reduce the number of people that opt in. But it's not from a legal standpoint, it's not worse to have it. It's probably better, but it's also not it's not in the actual regulations that you have to have it. But because it has become an accepted best practice, we are building it so that our customers can can avail themselves of this best practice that has emerged mainly in Europe.
So Ray's asking, does it make sense to keep tweeting your best capture page or create a second one? And how do you know it's your best if you don't have a second?
So your best capture page?
Yeah, does it make sense to keep tweeting your best capture page or create a second one?
Okay, so yes, right? It makes sense to repost content, right? For sure. In fact, some of you have been asking what on the content marketing, what are those dots, those green dots that that fill up? That we're actually helping you keep track of how many times you have posted that article or that video, because these are not one and done pieces, right? You can repost the same article or video and it'll show up again and again in people's timelines, and people who didn't necessarily click on it the first time because they were looking for something else, the second time they see it or the third time they see it, you build up that frequency, it builds your brand, it also increases your opt-in rates. So reposting the same thing, absolutely a good idea, especially look, organic reach of your post, 15-20%, right, of your audience will see it, sometimes less. So if you want to reach your entire audience, you better be posting things more than once. Okay. As for using only one page, no, I would definitely encourage you to test multiple pages, right? Absolutely, that's how you learn. Yeah. Right? Is having you have two very similar pages and you change one thing and then you see that's kind of A/B testing, right? You see how that one change, that one difference affects your overall opt-in rate or your click rate or whatever, right? And then you say, okay, well, this image works better than this image. Now I'm going to focus on my headline, and I'm just going to change the headline, and I'm going to measure how, the difference in performance. And now I'm going to change, if you change everything at once, then you're not really measuring anything, right? You got to be kind of, more methodical in how you test different elements of your ad, your landing page, your emails. It is absolutely a science.
Thanks for sharing, Justin. We're going to end it here. Please feel free to email support@royaltie.com if you have further questions. And we will see you back here Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much for being here. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.